Okay. Mason, when you edit this, remember to put the little fence at the bottom. We're going to record it like this just so that the clips are easier to make.
Yes. We need the fence at the bottom.
Fence at the bottom. All right. Let's get this sucker rolling.
Let's rock and roll.
Hey there, hi there, ho there. It is Bwaaa, King of the Hill
Bwaaa.
podcast. I am Mike, and he
And I
is.
am Rusty.
He still is. Hey, Rusty, we got a fan. Can I show you something just real quick?
Yeah, show me. All
right, here's our fan. Did you enjoy that?
I did. I love that.
It was just Ann Harder saying,
I like that. Yeah.
That's
a good soundbite.
That is the nice thing about editing shows like hers, that I can take all the good clips. You know,
there's probably quite a few of them. If you just post just that would be great. Yeah.
Oh yeah. It's the best. All right, we are doing season 8, episode 4, or the year of our Lord 8ABE04. So it is right on target. It is the 8th season, 4th episode.
The 4th episode. This is the 153rd episode overall. And this actually was written by a guy named Dan Sterling and directed by the great Wes Archer.
It's just amazing how many episodes they put out. I mean, just when you start thinking about that, you know, how many we've done, and we don't do near the work that these guys did.
No, they did a lot more. Yeah, definitely.
But when you think about it, oh my God, that is just so much work and so much money and so much time.
Oh, yeah, definitely a lot of time, a lot of effort. And remember back then, too, well, not now. I think we're at the point where it's all digital now. But up until this point, remember, they have to ship all of what they're doing to another country for that country to animate it and then make it ready for TV. And they have to do that with every single episode that they create. So if there was any edits to be made or anything like that, they had to be damn near perfect.
Yeah.
Every single time, you know. So I imagine the stress was pretty high. And we've talked to F, and he's kind of elaborated on that for us a little bit and talked about the stresses that they're underneath, especially like the directors, because everything has to be perfect when they ship it out to Korea. I think was what he said was where the biggest place was in Korea.
Look at this. We got Frank's Journey. Saying let's go. I was in a box saying Bwaaa. Ghetto Cowboy 33 saying got hot tea.
Roasted. Oh yeah, Earl Grey, absolutely.
We got Artie saying aloha wimatanya, and we got Rusty Shackle for 3320. He said I'm actually able to make it today. That is great. Welcome to everybody. Thank you for being here. Yeah,
thank you for being here. Yeah,
freaking great. We are doing this from a remote location, separate remote locations, just because all of our studios were full today at the old Alico. Artie says this was Wes Archer's last main director credit.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, he got me. He beat me to it.
That's okay. Artie gets to chime in. This is The Incredible Hank. It was aired Sunday, November 23rd, 2003.
Yep.
So, right at 22 years ago.
That's right where we're at. Yeah, absolutely.
5 days away from being right on the money. This one says Peggy suspects that Hank suffers from irritable male syndrome and began spiking his coffee with testosterone, turning Hank from low energy everyman to muscled go-getter. He also becomes sexy to somebody else, which is kind of crazy when you think about it. All right, so we start this thing at Strickland, and Strickland is just slammed. The whole place is full, right?
Absolutely full.
It's so many people, and Hank seems to be the only one working. He's showing a grill to a couple, and he says, it's a solid grill at this price. Then another one of the customers says, hey, I've been standing here for 45 minutes. He goes, ma'am, I'm the only one on the floor today, so if you could just bear with me. And then Donna comes up with the phone. She goes, Mr. McKenna's delivery never came. Hank gets on the phone. He's like, Mr. McKenna, we're a little short-handed. Yeah, I understand you can't grill an excuse, sir, but, well, sir, I disagree. I don't think a monkey could do my job, which I think is great.
That's pretty insulting to Hank, too, yeah.
It is very insulting. All right, so later on, Hank comes home, and he is just dragging ass. I mean, he is just, you can tell he is beat. He's had a big, big day. By the way, Artie says this is a major #Shitty Peggy episode, and I was in a box says, let's start taking bets. Which fast food chain is Rusty going to spit facts about first? I got 5 on Arby's.
I actually
Here we go. Here's your Arby's facts of the day.
I actually do have Arby's facts. So it actually started in Ohio in 1960s, in July of 1964. And it was started by 2 brothers, Forrest and Leroy Raffle. So what they wanted is they wanted to start a fast food franchise based on something other than hamburgers. And originally they wanted to call it Big Tex, but they ended up choosing Arby's, which was a phonetic pronunciation of the letters R and B, short for Raffle Brothers. So that's your fact. Arby's comes from the name Raffle Brothers. Arby's.
The old Raffle Brothers.
Raffle Brothers. So there you
Who
go.
knew that all these years later we'd still be handing out their tickets?
Their original offering was a 69-cent beef sandwich, which was really high priced because hamburgers were 15 cents back then.
Mm-hmm.
It was a roast beef sandwich, potato chips, and soft drink.
Okay.
That's what their deal was.
Yeah.
And their roast beef offering was to attract a more upscale clientele. This is 1964, mind you.
Sure.
Not 2025. So
Yeah.
Arby's does not have upscale clientele anymore. But
anything upscale.
Yeah, so their first sandwich was 69 cents in a time where most things were 15 cents.
69 cents. Nice.
Yeah. And of course they did what everybody else did, and they franchised out, and they were the first ones to have curly fries, but they were called curly Q fries in the 80s. Yeah. They had baked potatoes on their menu. So yeah, it was one of those
I love that freaking horsey sauce, man. Ooh.
Yeah, so it was just a family-owned business at first. I'm sure it's not anymore, but yeah, that's it. That's
the problem I have is that we only have one Arby's. We used to have 2.
Yeah,
we have one, and it's down on Valley Mills Drive, which I never really go down unless I'm going to Target or something. Then I think, oh boy, I could really use an Arby's, and I keep driving.
They've got kangaroo knuckles on the menu now.
Kangaroo knuckles, I saw that. Yeah. Beef nuggets. That's right.
The beef nuggets. Yeah.
All right, so Hank comes dragging ass into the house. Peggy comes in, and she is just full of energy. She says, Hank, I'm so excited. I just joined the planning committee for the first annual Viva los Alientos Day. That is not the way she says it. Hank says, well, I'm glad you had a good day. Mine's just about the worst one I can remember. We had no one on the sales floor. She does not even acknowledge what Hank says, and says
not at all, not even remotely. She just skips right over the top.
Frank's Journey says the best podcast in the world, King of the Hill review and fast food facts. Thanks, Frank, appreciate it. She goes, it is a festival celebrating Ireland's rich Hispanic heritage, and get this, Hank, there will be actual bull run. Isn't that amazing? I substitute Spanish teaching gigs. Hank, I want you to join the committee and help out. What do you say? He goes, Peggy, I'm exhausted. I don't have time for some harebrained bull run. Well, then, I guess I won't have time to prepare your dinner. Hank literally just goes over, pushes the start button on the microwave, and leaves. So, that wasn't much of that was a pretty empty threat on her part.
Very empty, yeah, very hollow.
Now we're at Tom Landry Middle School. We're in the boys' locker room. Everybody is going to take a shower. Bobby is the only one fully clothed with his backpack, mind you. Coach comes in. Hill, why aren't you getting the shower? I am in gym class. I barely move. Why shower if I don't sweat? I mean, that's decent logic. And coach says, nice try. That'll get you an A in debate, but F in gym. Now shower. So, those PE coaches don't have a lot of chill in them.
They don't have a lot of anything.
Throw that ball at that kid's head.
They're filled with anger.
That's right.
Most of them Most of them are twice or thrice divorced.
Well, you know, that checks out because I taught PE for a little bit.
Well, there you go.
So, you know, PE is one of those things, though. So it's like lunch duty or hall duty or something like that. They would make everybody do it at some point. You
Is
know,
that Dale's dead bug hat? I'm sorry. Is
it
that Dale's
is.
dead bug?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. There you go.
Yeah.
Dale.
Thanks, man.
Dale's dead bug.
Dale's dead bug. You want dead bugs? Call Dale. All right, we're out in the alley. We have all four. Hank is actually sitting down on the cooler, which is unlike him. He is just completely spent. Bill, of course, is already regaling about the bulls. Always ready to run to the bulls. Sometimes when I'm being chased by dogs, I pretend they're bulls. That is just the best. That is the best Bill line that's been said in probably 3 episodes.
Oh, that's a good line. Yeah, that's a good line.
When I'm sometimes, just think about that for a second. Sometimes when I'm being chased by dogs. Sometimes. So it happens a lot.
Only sometimes.
It happens a lot, apparently.
Well, he's not very fast, so he's never getting chased. Some people escape dogs, and some people get chased to their limit by dogs. Right. Like I escape dogs, but like some people they can't escape it. They gotta take the bite. They gotta take. You know,
I'm over here looking at these usernames, and that would be a great username. I escape dogs. I was in a box. I was in a box as I failed gym because I refused to change a shower in front of people. LMAO, it's probably rare someone fails gym class.
Yeah, I never had an issue with it. I didn't really care. I would just hang brain in front of anybody. It didn't really bother me in middle school, junior high, high school, nothing. It really didn't bother me.
Artie says PE teacher, health teacher, driver's ed teacher. Yeah, it's all kind of the same. All right, so we're in the alley. Bill is talking about how sometimes when he gets chased by dogs, he pretends they're bulls. Dale says, geez, Bill, why run with the bulls? It's your weight and cholesterol count. If you want to hasten death, just jump up and down a couple of times. That is rough coming from Dale.
That's super rough. Statement. Yeah, that's not very good.
Bill, of course, says, no, I want the bulls to do it. He wants the bulls to kill him. He doesn't want the cholesterol to do it. Hank says, guys, I'm too tired to hear a bunch of nonsense right now. Bull runs are stupid. They tried one in Mesquite last year. The bulls kept stopping to eat grass off the sidewalk. Dale says, things have changed, Hank. Mesquite was a wake-up call. For who, the bulls? Now they're pumping the bulls with testosterone, a bona fide magic elixir of power. It makes the creature bigger, faster, meaner, and smarter. Bill, of course, has input like this. Like Vin Diesel? Exactly like Vin Diesel. Our folks are going to get trampled and gored in a way those wussies in Mesquite could only dream of. Bobby walks up with his backpack. He's obviously a little down.
You know, it's funny at this time though, when this show came out, Mesquite wasn't very big, but now it's like just an extension of Dallas.
It's true. He comes walking up, and Hank says, "Hey, Bobby." He says, "Hey, Dad, I'm supposed to ask you to sign this." Hands him a paper. Hank looks at it and he goes, "You're flunking PE. Well, how is that even possible?" Bobby says, "Well, I guess I'm just smaller than the other guys. I can't keep up." He goes, "Son, PE isn't about being strong or fast or winning points. That stuff only matters in, well, every single other area of life. But in PE, all you have to do is try." He goes, "Okay, I'll try." He walks inside. Now that he's gone, Hank's talking to the guys. He said, "That boy's got no fight in him. I don't get it. He spends 5 hours a day playing violent video games. Well, what's the point if they don't have any effect on him?" Dale, of course, the ever stalwart of perfect information. "Maybe he's missing something, like testosterone. It's the perfect explanation. Testosterone provides everything Bobby's missing: energy, confidence, aggression, agility, muscle, speed. Just give him a little extra to top him off, and sha-sha, instant puberty." Sha-sha. Hank says, "Oh, I don't know." Now, Joseph is walking up the alleyway, and Dale spots him. He goes, "Now, Joseph, he's bursting with testosterone. Hey, Joseph, you want to wrestle?" And I mean, he is there in about a half a second and just he tackles Dale out of frame, and all you hear from Dale is, "Oh God, it hurts so much." So he's just beating the shit out of him. All right, next we transition over to the Arlen Plaza where the doctor is. And Hank and Peggy are waiting in the waiting room of Artie says pocket glands. Sha-sha. That's pretty good. That's a pretty good pull, Artie. I like that a lot.
Yeah, this
I
is
was in
one
the
of
box.
Peggy's worst episodes.
Yeah.
I agree. Yeah, it's one of the worst episodes
Yeah.
for her.
All right, so we're at the doctor's office. They're sitting outside waiting for Bobby and the doctor to come out. Peggy says, Bobby doesn't need testosterone. He needs his father's acceptance. If only his glands could secrete that. You bitch. Hank, he goes, Peggy, and then the phone rings. We're just taking a growing boy to a doctor. There's nothing wrong with finding out if, and he answers the phone. Hello? What? I'll be there as soon as possible. He hangs up the phone. He looks at Peggy and goes, Donna's out sick. Now I got to do all the bookkeeping while I'm doing Joe, Jack, and Enrique's jobs. Dang it. She says, all the more reason to visit. This visit is a waste of time. Hank, we should just, he goes, Peggy, just drop it, okay? Bobby and the doctor come out. And Bobby says, well, except for being incredibly ticklish, I'm 100% healthy. She goes, Bobby, good work. Like he did anything.
I don't know why that's so funny. That's funny.
Bobby, good work being alive. He goes, now, if you'll excuse me, turns out what I gave in the sample cup was only half the story. So he goes off to pee. Hank looks at the doctor and says, so you couldn't find anything wrong with him, doctor? The doctor says, nope, he's developing at a perfectly normal rate. But shouldn't we be giving him maybe just a little testosterone just to top him off? Jumpstart that puberty? Doctor says, yes, Mr. Hill, testosterone can jumpstart puberty, but I don't give radical hormone therapy to young boys who happen to be mediocre at dodgeball. Testosterone is mostly commonly prescribed to men in their 40s with irritable male syndrome.
This is my favorite line of the show coming up soon.
Peggy's ears perk up. The doctor says, irritable male syndrome, or IMS, it's the male equivalent to PMS. Peggy says, there's PMS for men? Hank says, oh, God, look, we don't have time to talk politics. I got to get to work.
That's what I like right there. That's my favorite line. We don't want to talk politics.
The doctor goes on. Men's testosterone levels fluctuate wildly throughout the day. In some men, it can cause lethargy, anxiety, irritability. Peggy says, you have irritable male syndrome. Hank's like, what? She goes, this is why you didn't want to help me with Viva Los Alientos Day. This is why you've been grouchy and sluggish. And he goes, dang it, Peggy. It's ridiculous. I'm just stressed out about my work. Doctor says, well, the stress you're feeling at work could be a result of IMS. It's nothing to be ashamed of. Just think of it like you're having your menses. And he does say the word men. He stresses the word men. Menses. Hank, of course, responds to this with, ooh. He goes, Hank, I'm going to write you a prescription for a low-dosage testosterone supplement. By the way, this doctor has not checked him out at all, but he's going to write him a prescription for testosterone. He goes, go ahead and try it for a few. He goes, I don't need testosterone. I just need you two to get off my goddamn back. Let's go, Bobby. We're done with this jackass festival. And he throws it in the trash, throws the prescription in the trash. They leave. The doctor says to Peggy, testosterone could have elevated Hank's mood, improved his whole outlook. Then there's kind of an uncomfortable silence when they kind of look at each other. The doctor says, well, I should probably turn my back and file a chart or something. So, of course, Peggy gets it out of the trash. We're now back at the Hill house in the morning. We're at breakfast. Peggy has put some of that stuff into Hank's coffee. So she's starting to dose him without him knowing it. She's pulling a Bill Cosby. And he goes, God dang it, I'm out of clean socks. He's just yelling in the background. And she, God dang it. She goes, breakfast is ready. And she's got his coffee for him that's all doped up. So she's ready to put some testosterone in her.
Oh, yeah. She's trying to get him jacked up.
She's going to get him jacked. All right. That is our first commercial break. We're going to take one real quick and we will be
right back.
There it is.
Transform your workspace with Hanomi Ergonomics. From adjustable chairs to standing desks, we provide solutions for comfort and productivity, whether at home or in the office. Improve your posture, reduce strain, and work smarter. Visit us at hanomi.co today. That's HINOMI.co today. Join the Daily High Club. the premier destination for glass water pipes, vaporizers, and accessories. Since 2015, we've sold over 1 million quality products and teamed up with legends like Snoop Dogg and Tommy Chong. Ready to elevate your smoking game? Visit dailyhighclub.com for our El Primo subscription box or shop unique pieces today.
Discover the world of luxury sex toys at Luxury Toy X and indulge in the ultimate pleasure experience. For years, we have been dedicated to the belief that sexuality and wellness are essential components of a happy and healthy life. With over 70,000 satisfied customers, we take pride in our ability to provide products that enhance your sexual well-being. Join our community of satisfied customers and unlock a world of pleasure and self-discovery. Visit luxurytoyx.com today.
Cleanse your body of accumulated toxins and embark on your wellness journey at your own pace. At Global Healing, we provide premium supplements to help your body heal naturally. Combine that with OrganicHemp.com's top quality CBD for ultimate balance. Start your healing journey today at GlobalHealing.com and OrganicHemp.com.
I'm Hunter, the founder of Hello Cake, and today we're digging into ED meds. The number one thing we hear is that guys are sick of waiting for ED meds to kick in. Traditional ED meds take about an hour to kick in as they have to go through your digestive system, where Hello Cake's ED medication dissolves under your tongue and works in about 15 minutes. That's about 3 times faster than traditional ED medication. Curious about ED meds? Go to hellocake.com.
Relax with Hemp Delicious. Organically grown hemp, massively blended with delicious organic herbs, responsibly sourced for their holistic benefits. Each sip offers calming, antioxidant-rich wellness. Brewed just for you. Sip the calm with Hemp Delicious. Find your blend at hempdelicious.com.
Hey, there we are. We're back.
There we go.
All right. We are at breakfast at the Hill House. And Hank says it's Bobby, Hank, and Peggy. He goes, well, Bobby, I've scheduled a conference with your PE teacher so we can discuss the problem. He goes, oh, my God, Dad, don't do that. I forbid it. Yeah. He said, dang it, what's wrong with you? And then, of course, Peggy is just back there. Don't forget about your coffee, Hank. Don't forget about your coffee. I mean, she just so badly wants him to take this testosterone. Bobby continues, okay, the real reason I'm failing PE is I won't take a shower with the other guys. I just can't. Peggy says, Bobby, do not lay this trip on your father while he's trying to enjoy his coffee. She's a pusher, man. He's stressed enough without you interrupting his
Yeah, she's getting pretty crazy with the coffee now.
She's like, all right, Hank, feel free to drink your coffee now. I mean, Jesus. Hank says, would you forget about the coffee? Bobby, no one wants to take a shower after gym. It's not fun. It's not pleasant. Usually not very sanitary, but you do it anyway. And Bobby says, why? He goes, because a big part of being a man is doing things you don't want to do. Boy, ain't that the truth. But there is a way to get through it. You just
it's just adult. You know what I mean?
That's right. Yeah. That's right. He goes, you just lower your eyes to the floor and count the tiles. In my day, there were 60. Bobby says, oh, count the tiles. Okay, I'll do it. Of course, he goes, well, I guess I'm off too. And Peggy's like, wait, Hank, don't forget your coffee. I mean, she so badly wants him to drink that damn coffee. Hank says, yeah, I'm going to need it for the day I'm facing. He drinks it all, like just downs it. She hands him a thermos and says, and I made you some for later. Drink it 6 hours from now with a meal. Do not mix it with alcohol. Well, now, anybody who says that, you should be a little suspicious.
Yeah, that's super suspicious. That's alarming.
Definitely. All right. We're back at PE. Bobby is facing the shower again. He's just outside looking in, and he hears inside, hey, dude, is that a pimple or another nipple? The gym teacher walks up, looks at Bobby. He looks at him and goes, I'll take that F. He doesn't want any part of that.
Nah, he's done. Yeah.
So Hank is driving to work when this stuff kicks in. And you can see he just, whoa! He's like, his eyes get wide. He sits up straight and he takes off faster in the truck just to get to work. He gets to work and he's showing people tricks with the grills and stuff. He goes, ta-da! And then one of the customers says, I'll take it. And then another customer who is starting to get mad. She goes, "You said you were helping me next. Does that look like me?" He goes, "Ma'am, I'm going to do whatever it takes to make you happy." And he pushes her down into the office chair and starts pushing her around the store. And he goes, "Here's the 20-second tour of the store. Are you getting happy?" She says, "Oh, a little." Like, he is just pleasing everybody. He's full of energy.
Funny, yeah.
He's happy. They're happy. Everything's good right now.
He's
All
off
right.
to dope.
Yes. All right. We're back in the alley. There's all 4 of them. And you hear, "Yep."
He's on PEDs right now.
That's right. And then he goes, "God dang right," before Dale can even say yep. Dale says, "So it turns out I am not the actual Dale Gribble, but a clone of him. The original me is a super warrior from the year 2087. The second me, i.e. I, was created to help the first me fight the invading Mongol armies. Beer, please." Hank, again, being on the PEDs, says, "Dale, that's asinine, and here's 4 reasons why. First, you got to clone a super warrior out of a guy who can't even win a thumb wrestling match." He goes, but, he goes, 2, you spent your life swearing that robots will exterminate the clones by the end of 2010, so which is it, robots or clones? And I suppose 3, you already said sympathizing with the invading Mongolians of 2087, so you'd be the last one they'd send to fight them. And 4, if you were from the future, you'd have seen this coming. Punches him right in the arm. I mean, Hank is jacked.
Oh yeah, Hank's pretty swollen. He's got a lot of energy.
He goes, "Hey, any of you guys feel like wrestling?"
She's definitely got him drugged up.
Oh boy. He goes, "Hey, any of you guys feel like wrestling?" Bill looks at him and goes, "Even me?" He goes, "Okay." And then he starts wrestling him off to the side. Joseph runs up, tackles Dale again, and you just hear, "It hurts so damn much." All right, we are at supper at the Hill House. They are eating at the breakfast table. And we see Peggy put a chicken and some potatoes and carrots and stuff down. And he goes, "Oh, great chicken, Peggy." And he just picks up the whole damn chicken and just starts eating off the whole body of the chicken, while Bobby just looks on in disappointment because he didn't get any chicken. He goes, "Can we have some steak too?" She goes, "Well, you certainly seem to have a lot of energy today." He goes, "Yep. And this afternoon I was pumping some iron and I was thinking Arlentino's day is going to be great. And I came up with 9 ways you could expedite the workload." I mean, he is.
Whoa. Yeah. I was pumping some iron. That's funny.
He could paint the house in about an hour. Peggy says, "I am upgrading your steak from Salisbury to sirloin." You go, "Oh, thanks, Peggy. God dang it, I love you. And I love you too," he says to Bobby. "How was PE?" He goes, "Well, I went in there in the shower, like you said, counted the tiles, and just got out." "Oh, that's great, Bobby. Come on, let's go do some push-ups." He goes, "Huh?" And then they go out to the garage, and as he's going out, Hank pops Peggy on the butt, and she's like, "Whoa!" He goes, "Peggy, Jag is a rerun tonight." She goes, "Oh, Hank." And then we see Peggy put some more pills on Hank's steak. She is, if a little's good, a ton is better.
Yeah.
All right, so we're at the meeting the next day. There's a guy giving a presentation about the running with the bulls and all the stuff that comes with it. And he goes, "And so our bull run will greatly resemble the legendary bull run of Pamplona, except with ours, the men and the bulls will be separated at all times by a 15-foot high chain link fence." Hank says, "What? That's crazy." Peggy is sitting right next to him. She says, "Hank, the insurance is through the roof.
He's disgraced. He's like, "What? Separate?"
Yeah. He's like, "No, if you're going to run from the bulls, run from the damn bulls."
Yeah, we're running from bulls.
He says, "We put
Seen
bulls."
that before?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's
That's
crazy.
crazy. Yeah.
It is nuts. And inevitably, somebody gets caught. I mean, somebody gets gored.
Oh, always. Yeah.
He goes, "If we put on a bull run with a safety fence, well, our whole town will look like a bunch of goddamn jackasses, and I'll be goddamned if I'm going to let that happen." She's like, "Hank, easy, easy." He goes, "If money's the problem, I'll raise it myself." He's standing up now. "I'll run with the bulls, and I'll get every business in the Tri-County area to sponsor me. That'll cover the insurance and then some." And Peggy looks at him and goes, "Honey, you are amazing." Next, we're at the hills. The guys are out in the backyard, and Hank is just jumping over the riding lawnmower, running up to it, jumping over it, running up to it, jumping over it, running up to it, jumping over it. Yeah, I think that is a pretty good point, Artie. Hank is showing his cotton side when he's jacked up. It's pretty true.
Yeah, he is.
But as he's over there jumping and the boys are watching, Peggy is inside making some iced tea. And you see that she dropped some more pills in it.
Yeah,
And
she's really drugging him up now. She's getting too crazy with it.
Nancy is there just leaning against the door, just kind of watching Hank jump. And Peggy is in there talking to her. And in 5 days, he's already raised half the insurance money for the bull run. This is the weird part. Nancy goes, oh, he is so energetic and confident and happy and in shape. And oh, Shug, he's having an affair. Peggy's like, what? Nancy, I can assure you, whatever's going on with Hank is not being caused by another woman. She drops more pills in the tea. She goes, Shug, what else rejuvenates a middle-aged man like that? An affair would explain everything. Well, except for his pimples. Peggy says, oh, now those are just side effects. She goes, side effects? He goes, from happiness. They're just little zits of joy. Hank runs up and he says, is that iced tea ready? And then Nancy starts checking him out, like checking out Hank.
Oh yeah, she's like, what? What happened to Hank? Yeah,
he picks up the pitcher and he just drinks the whole friggin' thing right there in front of him. She notices his bicep bulges and things like that. He goes, afternoon, ladies. He goes, afternoon, ladies, and he runs off. And Nancy, she's like, oh, Hank, stop. I mean, she's blushing. She is
blushing hard. Yeah.
Oh boy, yeah. John Redcorn's getting a run for his money.
It's a little testy.
Yeah, well, not for him. Well, I guess for him it is a little testy. Evening in the alley now. He's still jumping over the riding lawnmower. He's doing push-ups. He's just going, right? And Bill says, Hank, I've been watching you jump that thing for 3 hours now. I'm exhausted. Dale says, yeah, you trained enough. Besides, in a bull run, the only thing you have to jump over are mangled bodies. Hank says, I'm not done training, you idiot. Now get on that lawnmower and pretend to be the bull. Now! I mean, he's just shouting orders at him.
Oh, yeah. He's definitely getting riled up.
Dale gets on the...
He's getting that roid rage.
He's getting that roid rage. That's right. He gets on the lawnmower, and he goes, okay, grr, and starts going slowly at him because, a riding lawnmower doesn't go that fast anyway. And Hank's like, is that all you got? Come on. And he's just like, hey. And then Bill talking to Bwaaa. He goes, my God, Hank's getting right in that bull's face. Hank says, I'll kick your fat bull ass. Come on. And he headbutts Dale. I mean, he's out of control, right?
I'll kick your fat bull ass.
He goes, I'll kick your fat bull ass. Come on. He headbutts
I like that one. That was funny.
This is my favorite Dale line of the episode. Ow, you play too rough. I'm going home. And he gets up and just leaves. Hank says, who wants to take his place? Boomhauer looks at him and goes, talking about dang old no thank you, man. Bill says, I got a lot of calls to return. Man. And so both the guys leave. He turns around and he goes, well, fine then. I don't want training from a bunch of wussies anyway. He turns around and Joseph is right there in his face, just staring at him. They look at each other. They both have pimples. They both have that same look on their face. They're both full of testosterone. And Joseph goes, sup. Hank goes, sup. And that's it. They just... They could have taken each other right there. Next thing we see is Hank lifting weights in the garage, which we never see. Peggy comes out. She says, Hank, I picked up some Clarisil for your acne. He goes, hey, where are you heading off so fast? By the way, he has no shirt on, which is also it's a thing that you never see out of Hank.
No, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, but he looks at her and he goes, hey, where are you heading off to so fast? She goes, well, I got to get dinner ready. He goes, dinner can wait. I say we hit the bedroom. She goes, Hank, we can't fool around now. Your dad is on the way for dinner. He goes, what? Dang it. He always ruins everything. Why does he have to be here? I got my own house so I wouldn't have to deal with this crap. She goes, you hear yourself? He goes, yeah, I can hear myself. Can you hear this? And he gets in the truck, slams the door, and takes off with Jethro Tull cranking, as Artie says.
Yeah, he's cranked up.
So he's basically reliving his teenage years, through this testosterone. We're at the doctor's office now, and it's the doctor and Peggy. Peggy has gone to see this doctor that initially gave her the testosterone. And he says, I never told you to secretly dope your husband. She goes, well, you didn't say not to, did you? Medicine is no place for mixed signals, doctor. He says, Peggy, the amount of testosterone you've given Hank is dangerous. You've effectively caused him to go through puberty again. She goes, well, that explains the constant hair combing and why he's hanging out at the mall all the time. Hanging out at the mall.
Crazy. Hanging out at the mall.
She says, but don't worry. I've stopped him cold turkey. He goes, whoa, don't do that. When the body is given excessive testosterone, it stops making its own. Consequently, Hank's testicles may have shrunken by as much as 20%. My absolute favorite Peggy line here is when the doctor says Hank's testicles may have shrunken by as much as 20%. Peggy responds with, "Oh my God, this is just the kind of thing that upsets him."
That's crazy.
Testicles shrinking.
She's such a horrible person.
She is a bad person, but I love that line. Well, that's just the kind of thing that makes him upset. The doctor says, and now with no testosterone coming from the pills or from his own glands, Hank's cognitive and physical abilities will be severely impaired. She goes, so you're saying my husband will be soft, timid, and weak and have defunct genitalia? He nods. She cries. He says, it's okay, Peggy. He just needs to ease off testosterone gradually. Have him wear this for about a week. It's a trans-scrotal patch. She goes, oh, of course it is. He goes, he'll affix it to his scrotum, and testosterone will absorb into his system at a slow, steady level. And she goes, and so it's come to this. Yeah, Peggy, it has, because you screwed it up. Hank is out front. He's trying to jump over the mower again, but he's not having much success. You can tell he's slowed down some. Miss Frizzle isn't in trouble behind you, by the way. That bus is plummeting towards the earth. He said, yeah, Peggy comes out. He goes, oh, dang it. I don't know what's going on. It's like somebody sucked all the life out of me. She goes, Hank, I have to tell you something. And then we transition over into Khan's house where he's reading the paper, and you kind of hear all this a little muffled, but he goes, you what? And Khan jumps up and goes, man, come quick. Hank and Peggy have an old school redneck domestic squabble on front lawn. And then you hear, how could you, Peggy? And then Min is in there, and she goes, oh, I bet she burned a meatloaf. And they both have freaking binoculars out watching these two across. They're just in the next yard. He goes, 20% shrinkage? You want to put a patch on my what? And Khan says, okay, this is going in a wild direction. And so then it goes back to them, and he goes, so over these last weeks, all my energy, my strength, my confidence, my happiness, she goes, completely meaningless, Hank. I'm sorry. He goes, I think I want to yell at you, but I don't know if it's me or the hormones or the lack of them. Dale comes up and says, hey, Hank, I know you're already pumped up for the big bull run, but I thought this tape might put you even more in the mood. He goes, when bull borings go bad. when is a bull goring good?
Never. I would suspect that it's always bad.
Dale says, you're a brave man, Hank. Personally, I watched 2 minutes of it and vomited. Check out the pictures on the back. So I'm guessing it's kind of a faces of death kind of thing. And that takes us to our second commercial break. We'll take that real quick, and we'll be
right back.
There it is.
BwaaAMD.com.
I've always had thin hair my whole life. It breaks off at a certain length. In the last 6 months, I've noticed it just really bad. I mean, you could totally see it. I wear a hat a lot. I tried several different products. My experience with the BwaaAMD hair regrowth kit was amazing. It was easy to use. It let me take off my hat. I could go in public and have my picture taken and feel normal again.
BwaaAMD.com.
Farmhounds offers natural treats and chews made with quality products that support family farms, regenerative agriculture, and humane farming practices. Give your dog the best with wholesome, organic ingredients that promote health and happiness. Shop now at farmhounds.com.
Introducing Muck-Off's classic pink bike cleaner, powered by revolutionary nanotechnology that breaks down dirt and grime on a microscopic level while protecting your bike's delicate finish. Developed by our mad developer Alex and tested by riders, our products are made by riders for riders. Discover more at us.muc-off.com, where we break the mold to bring you the best in bike care.
Protect your online privacy with NordVPN. Browse securely, access content from anywhere, and keep your data safe with military-grade encryption. Whether at home or on the go, NordVPN ensures your digital freedom. Stay secure. Download NordVPN today at nordvpn.com. That's NORDVPN.com. Looking for tickets to the hottest shows, games, and events? Ticket Liquidator is your one-stop shop for great prices, no hassles, and guaranteed tickets. Since 2003, we've been connecting buyers and sellers, providing access to sold-out events at prices lower than most secondary market options. Whether it's sports, theater, or concerts, our massive nationwide network ensures you get the tickets you want, guaranteed. For the best seats at the biggest events, start with Ticket Liquidator today at ticketliquidator.com. That's TICKETLIQUIDATOR.com. Ticket Liquidator.
And we are back. All right, so we are, by the way, Artie mentioned that he wishes Hank and Cotton had been shown having dinner after that. That would have been pretty funny.
That would have been good. Yeah, that would have been good. Why he's all jacked up.
Yeah, just yelling at his dad the whole time. All right, it's nighttime at the Hill House. We're having dinner at the kitchen table with all of them. And Peggy says, I suppose we'll have to call your sponsors and tell them you can't run with the Bulls tomorrow. I'm sure they'll understand when I explain to them that you, he goes, no, I made a promise to these people. Bobby says, maybe you could just wait a year, until you're at full strength. He goes, no, sir. Says, no, sir, unless those checks bounced, I'm running with the Bulls. He gets up to go get a jar of peanuts, like one of the old school Mr. Peanut jars, like the tall ones.
And he can't even open it.
He can't open it. Yeah, he doesn't have any strength.
Can't do it.
Peggy keeps talking to him. She says, but Hank, honey, everything's changed. Now you aren't even able to. He goes, I can still do everything, just not as well. The only real difference is now I'm scared. Bobby says, but if you're scared, why? He goes, because a man does what he has to do. You were scared to take a shower in gym class, but you did it anyway. Well, running with the Bulls is my shower. And he goes out to the garage. You see Bobby is like super sad at this moment.
Yeah,
because he knows he lied to his dad. We're in the garage. He's still trying to open the jar. Peggy comes out and says, if you feel like you have to run tomorrow, at least wear this. And she's got Scrotabond patches. Scrotabond. Ask for them by name. Scrotabond.
That's all name?
Yeah. She said, there is no rule that says you can't. He goes, no, Peggy, no more testosterone. I'm not going through puberty again. I didn't like it when I was 14, and I didn't like it last week. That's
pretty rough.
That's a wild swing. I didn't like it when I was 14. I didn't like it last week.
It's pretty rough.
She goes, your hormone level is so low that this will give you just enough to be normal, like when you were a man. Man, what a shitty thing to say to somebody.
Woo! Yes, I'm very good.
When you were a man. He looks at her like he's ready to just spit on her. She comes over, opens the jar for him, and leaves. All right. We are finally at Los Arlientos Day. Big banner. There's booths in the street. We're all getting ready to run with the Bulls. And one of the presenters comes up and says, Mr. Hill, we are so grateful for your enthusiasm and your bravery. You have helped the Arlen Latin Heritage Society greatly. He goes, well, my pleasure. He goes, obviously, we wanted to say this to you now in the event that you become dead sometime within the next hour. So in case you become dead. And so we get at the house again. We get Bobby and Peggy coming out of the garage. They are getting ready to go. She goes, come on, Bobby, it's time to go to the parade. She finds the patches and she grabs it and takes it with her. We are now back at the running of the Bulls. Hank sees the Bulls and he is shaking. He's so scared. He sees a couple of guys run up and they shake their butts at him, and the Bulls grunt and hit the gate, and he's like, oh,
yeah.
I mean, I would be too. Those things are powerful and mean.
Bulls are scary. Yeah, like running with the Bulls that's nuts.
I don't understand people screwing with bulls.
At the end of this episode, I'll explain the bull running, and then I'll explain a little bit about the fatalities and injuries and everything.
Oh, great. All right. So we hear over the PA, runners, take your places. And then he's at the line. He's ready to go. They're about to drop the gate to let the Bulls out. And he sees Peggy down there with Bobby in the people that are watching the race. She goes, Hank Hill, I demand that you put this on yourself now. And she's got the big box of Scrotabond. He goes, Peggy, put that away. And then Bobby, feeling the guilt, says, Dad, don't run with the Bulls. You don't have to prove anything to me. I lied to you. I never showered. I was too scared. You what? He goes, I'm sorry, I failed you. That's why I'm not worth dying for. Peggy says, wear the patch, Hank. He goes, don't run, Dad. He thinks for a half second. And he goes, Bobby, I'm running with the Bulls, and I'm going to do it without the patch. Between the drugging and the line, one of us in the family has got to show some god-dang integrity.
Hell yeah,
Hey,
Hank.
hey, Frank's Journey says we need to shout out today's third member of the podcast, the Magic School Bus. That's right. It was an airplane that was taxiing across a runway, and then it went to Magic School Bus.
Yeah, now it's Magic School Bus.
So they let the gate down. The Bulls start coming at him. He starts running like crazy. And then from the sidelines, Peggy, of course, is, Hank, run, Hank. Bobby says to her, this is the bravest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. And then so he did the running with the Bulls. I assume that he was fine.
Yep.
We transition over to Bobby once again, standing outside of the very steamy boys' shower, thinking about going in. And he's talking to himself, and he says, just count the towels. 1, 2. Inside the steam, you hear, that's my soap. So it's Dooley. Dooley's in there. And then Bobby continues with 3, 4. And then some other kid, check me out. I call this eggs over easy.
Yeah.
And then 5, 6, and we fade to credits. Bobby did it, and he did it because his dad did what he said he would do. And
he did it. Yeah, Bobby stands for something, sometimes.
So that is King of the Hill, season 8, episode 4, The Incredible Hank. Originally aired Sunday, November 23rd, 2003. Tell us about them bulls.
With some bull running stuff. So actually, bull running is actually I think it's kind of lazy, but it's a lazy way of getting bulls to town back in the day. So
okay.
What they would do is the fields outside of the city where they were bred, and when they wanted to bring them into the bull ring where they would be fought and killed, they would run them into town. And during that time when they were running them, kids would run around and teenagers would jump in front of them and stuff like that. So it ended up being a Spanish tradition in northeastern Spain in about the early 14th century, where cattle herders would transport their animals from barges or from the countryside or wherever they were bringing them in from, and they would run them in. And it was pretty much just a fast way of them getting their bulls into town, where they would sell them at market. And then it just ended up becoming this big thing where they would run them. But in Pampaloma, specifically, the way they do it is they have a festival called San Fermin, and San Fermin, I believe, is one of the saints, one of the Catholic saints, and they do it every year, and they do the bull run on July 7th every year, and they have certain rules where you got to be 18. You can't run in the same direction as the bulls. You can't incite them. You gotta let them do whatever they're gonna do. You can't rile them up or nothing. They do it at 8 a.m. After the 8 a.m. morning festival, they do it, and you cannot be drunk. You have to be sober to do it. But the way they do it, from what I understand, is they take the bulls after they're done, and then they have a big bullfighting thing. There's 6 bulls that they fight in the afternoon after the run, and so that's that. They say the average speed is about 15 miles an hour, and the length of the run is 957 yards, which is a few football fields. That's that's a long distance, like 9.5 football fields or so. Yeah, and they say about every year there's between 50 and 100 injuries, so not as many as you would think. Goring is less common, but potentially life-threatening if it happens. I think the last time it happened where it was real bad was there was 6 gored in 2013, and in 2012 there were 4 runners. So it happens, but not a whole lot as much as you would think. But yeah, people do die. They say though that there's only been 15 deaths since 1910.
Wow. Okay.
So it's safer than you would think. And the deaths weren't just like one specific age group, like 80-year-olds got ran over, or 18-year-olds got ran over. It's actually kind of wide ranges. You have from a 22-year-old, a 34, 29, 45, 18, 62. So it's actually one of them was from Illinois.
Well, the thing about it is, it's like anything else. I don't have to outrun the bulls. I just have to outrun you.
Or not get suffocated in a pileup. So
That's right.
One out of all of those deaths was actually a suffocation in a pileup. So rest in peace to all the bull runners out there. And I don't know. I like tradition. I like it whenever you get to see a country's tradition that's been a tradition for a really long time, and it's something that's kind of like ingrained into them, and they do it like that. I like that.
I never thought we'd have an in memoriam for bull runners at the end of our show.
Rest in peace. Pour one out for the homies.
Pour one out for the bull runners. All right, guys. Thank you again for joining us. We really appreciate it. This is This is a weird one that we had to do remotely. But Rusty, you want to tell them where they can find us if they want more?
You can find us at BWAAAKOTH.com.
3 A's, no waiting. And we again, we love you guys. Thank you so much, Rusty Shackelford, Hours in the Box, Artie, of course, Frank's Journey. Who else we got here?
Yeah, appreciate you guys.
We got Rusty Shackelford Show, but that's you. And then what else? There seemed like there was somebody else. Frank's Journey 7419 and Frank's Journey 2. Those are two different ones. Ghetto Cowboy 33. Thank you all for joining us, and we
appreciate
will see
you guys
again next time. And
on Dragon Ball Z.
There is only one thing left to say.
Wimitanye.
Wimitanye indeed. See you guys. All right, we are going to record a Friday real quick. Do you have anything for Friday?
Not specifically, no.
Okay. I've got a TikTok story about Bobby Hill, and then I've got a couple of videos I'm going to show in regards to that.
I was just going to talk about a movie I watched.
Okay. That sounds good. All right, here we go. Let's start this, sir. Hello there. Welcome to That Ain't Right episode of
Friday Bwaaa.
The King of the Hill podcast. I'm Mike.
And I am Rusty.
He still is. Rusty, Fridays we spend our time kind of talking about things that are adjacent to the King of the Hill universe or just stuff that we get into.
Just stuff. Just stuff.
Today, why don't you go first? You were going to talk about a movie that you watched.
Yeah, and a book too. So I've been reading this book by a Japanese author. Oh man, what's his name? I'll talk about the. What did you say his name was?
Akira Kurosawa.
No, I don't know if that's it. Yeah, no. But either way, I'll talk about the movie first. So the movie is called. It was really cheesy. So it's a unauthorized live action version of Dragon Ball, but it's called Dragon Ball: The Magic Begins, and it was done in China.
Oh wow!
It was really cheesy. I watched it. It was like made in the 90s or something. It was a pretty cheeseball movie, but I recommend it for anybody that likes weird movies.
So when he goes Saiyan, does he flame up?
No, he doesn't. So what it is it's a retelling of the first the Dragon Ball or whatever it's called. It's like a retelling of it.
Okay. God bless you, sir. Dragon Ball bless you.
It just goes through where you meet Goku's grandpa, Goku and Bulma and stuff like that. Hold on just a second.
Yeah, Rusty Shackelford 3320 loves movies.
But yeah, so y'all should check that out. And there's also a Korean one. So there was a Korean one that came out too, and it was called Dragon Ball Goku Fight Son Goku Fights, Son Goku Wins.
Son Goku fights, Son Goku wins.
And that's on YouTube. You can
I can't tell you how many times I say that to
my.
myself in the shower.
I kind of want to watch that one next, but yeah. So I watched those two, and then Haruki Murakami. Is that what you said?
No, I said Akira Kurosawa.
Oh yeah, you said Akira. Well, the guy's name is Haruki Murakami. Sorry, and the book is called Sputnik Sweetheart, and it's about this. It's from the perspective of this guy who is in love with this girl who is like this. She's like a writer. Like her parents have given her money to survive until she's 28, and they're like, "We'll take care of you until you're 28 and let you pursue your writing. But if you don't make it, then you got to kind of survive on your own." And she's in love with this older businesswoman. So it's like this weird back and forth love story set in Japan or whatever. It's kind of modern. It's like probably like 90s Japan, 2000s Japan.
That sounds cool.
Yeah, he writes a lot of modern Japanese fiction, and I've been reading a couple of his books. Yeah.
How this is a book you're reading though, not a movie, right?
Yeah, that's a book.
Yeah. Okay.
That one was a movie, the other was a book. That's the two. That's my media consumption this week.
I started watching that Pluribus, which is
I heard that's pretty good. Yeah,
done by Vince Gilligan of Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul fame. It's got a lady in it from Better Call Saul. She plays Carol. Basically, she's the only miserable person in the world. Everybody else is too happy, and so she's trying to figure out what's going on. It's got a great start to it. I've only watched one episode, but I'm really looking forward to it because I just love Vince Gilligan stuff.
Yeah, no, I like him too. He's really good.
The other thing I've been watching a lot of are video essays just on YouTube. There's a few people that I really enjoy the amount of preparation they do to. You guys don't even understand. Well, maybe you do if you've ever done it, but it is hard to do a video essay because it is just you, the camera, and your words.
Tough. Yeah,
that is hard. It is hard.
You gotta have really good editing.
You gotta have good editing. You also have to have decent writing so that you can keep up with
that too.
You know. But anyway, I've been watching a bunch about AI and those
are all scripted for sure. They have to have that written out. Yeah.
There's one lady. She got a little gap in her tooth. That's the only way I know to describe her. But she's a programmer, and a lot of these people are programmers that do this. She is a front-end developer, and she moved from the U.S. to Sweden. And she does these video essays on different things like AI slop and what Sam Altman's goal really is and things like that. And she's very
to destroy the Western world.
She's very poignant, and I really enjoy her takes on things. And then I found another girl, I think it was yesterday, a redheaded lady that she kind of does the same thing. She's pretty good. She's not as good as the girl in Sweden. And then there's a blonde girl that I watched that she is just happy about everything. And I contacted her because I was like, listen, you just started this. I think I can help. And so we'll see. I'm, me, I reach out to everybody though.
Yeah, for sure.
But those have been fun to watch. All right. So I've got one little article here I wanted to talk about today and a few little videos that accompany it.
Hold on. Actually, I have one more thing I wanted to ask you.
Yeah, go for it.
I can't think of his name. He's the guy who played Jaws in the old movies. The real tall guy.
Yeah, Richard something. Yeah,
he was in Happy Gilmore, I think, too.
Okay.
There was a movie that he was in that I just watched last night, but The Giant on Thunder Mountain.
The Giant on Thunder Mountain.
Have you ever seen that movie?
No.
Okay, so actually, really, really good movie. Like I really was surprised how good it was. Yeah, so it had Nayli Thornton, I think is her name, or Noli Thornton. She played on a couple of TV shows or whatever back in the day. She played on I can't remember. She played Jane O'Reilly or something in a TV show called Fine Things or something. But the movie was called The Giant of Thunder Mountain. It was a drama film, and it had Richard Kiel and her in it. And there was a bear called Bart the Bear that was in a movie called The Bear, White Fang, Legends of the Fall, The Edge. It was the bear was actually a featured bear. Like it's known as Bart. It has its own page and everything on the internet. So the movie's about this giant who is played by Richard Keel.
Yeah.
Richard Keel is the tall guy or
Yeah.
whatever,
Yeah.
the gentle giant as they called him. So the movie is actually his movie. He wrote it. He wrote it with a couple of other people, but he was the star and he was the writer. So it was about this circus guys that come to town, and these kids go up and they meet the giant, and the giant comes down to town, and the giant like hangs out with the family and has dinner with them, and the mom's all like, oh, he's this big giant, she's all kind of like skeptical of why a giant would want to hang out with these kids or whatever. Well,
that's probably the best way to approach that.
Yeah, well, but he's just a gentle guy. He just like just whittles things out of wood, and he's just a real calm giant, just a real peaceful person. And there's this circus like freaks in town. Or I wouldn't say circus freaks. They're like these carnies, and they're like grifters, and they kind of like come into town to shake the town down, kind of thing, and steal everything they can, and then leave. And the giant gets caught up in it, and the town's people think that he's trying to hurt the kids. And one of the kids like broke into his cabin and drank some of his alcohol, and he got knocked out by the carny people looking for gold inside of the giant's house, because that's how the giant dealt with everything. He just had a bunch of nuggets of gold. So I don't know. It's a really, really good movie. It was really, really weird. And there was one more, and it was like the Blue Monkeys of Cannibal Island, I think. Hold on, let me share.
Blue Monkeys of Cannibal Island.
No. No, hold on. It's called The Rare Blue Apes of Cannibal Isle.
Okay.
And the only way really to describe it is it's like this weird musical kind of thing, but it's got like singing crocodiles and monkeys, and there's like booby traps, and it's like kind of really weird and psychedelic. They got like these barren hellscapes all over the place, and there's this duck named Mr. Quack Quack. So the beginning of the story is this kid, his dad is like, you got to get rid of the duck or something like that. So and the dad's like, you got to get rid of the duck, and I'll find you another pet tomorrow or whatever. And the kid is like laying in bed, and he's like, screw it, I'm escaping out of here. And he ends up getting captured by these like crocodile things, and they put him in this cage with this weird blue monkey. And
the crocodile things, are they in a suit? Like, is it a practical effect, or
is it a suit? Is it? I mean, or did you? I mean, look it up and tell me if that's what you think it is.
Okay, I'll look at it.
It's called The Rare Blue Apes of Cannibal Isle. I don't know if that's a suit or not. Like, it's it looks almost like they're made of some type of like material. The blue ape definitely looks like they're made out of like clay, I guess. I don't know if they're clay or what they're made out of. It's so weird.
Just real quick, I was in a box that says random thing, but I've gotten like 3 or 4 messages on Instagram of people who think my account is you, Rusty.
Oh, that's funny.
And then Rusty Shackelford says, never heard of it, but going to find it and watch it as well. I was in a box that he was going to watch it tonight. And then I was in a box says, one of my latest videos, I tossed you guys a shout out at the end, which I really appreciate. And somebody was asking about what's his channel. So here you go. I was in a box. You guys all go follow him. He does a lot of great content about King of the Hill and other cartoons and things. So please go follow that guy.
Cartoon guy.
Yeah. And Rusty Shackler says, found you. I actually got some of your videos already on my playlist. And he just good stuff. So that's really great. Yeah, I'm glad we could help. And thank you, I Was in a Box. We always appreciate it, man. Hey, I Was in a Box. Are you local? Is I Was in a Box local? No? Okay.
I believe he is.
I Was in a Box. Why don't you drop me an email and let's see if we can get something going together, because I think that would be kind of cool. So I like your content, and I do appreciate the shout out. All right, so I've got a little article here, just real short. It was on Mashable.com. King of the Hill's Bobby Hill becomes TikTok's symbol of imperfect beauty. This is by Tim Marson on November 13th of this year. Says it's no surprise that we're seeing a King of the Hill trend on TikTok. In fact, we've seen it before. TikTok is heavily based on sound, and the classic animated sitcom has some of the best audio snippets in TV history, i.e. Hank Hill saying propane and propane accessories. But man, there's just something about Bobby Hill's voice. It rules. It's gravelly, yet smooth, and egg cracked and sizzling in a hot pan. Plus, Bobby is a unique and fascinating character, so it tracks that a quote from Bobby would go viral on TikTok. You've probably seen it. He's telling Hank, his dad, about wabi-sabi, the Japanese concept of finding beauty in flaws. The TikTok trend employs Bobby's raspy proclamations on wabi-sabi to celebrate or have a chuckle at things that might be considered imperfect. Now, I grabbed some of these videos, so I thought we'd watch a couple of these real quick. First one. Oh, sorry, wrong one.
I like that one. That's cool.
Second one, here we go.
This one's perfect.
But I like how mine's a little off center. It's got wabi-sabi.
So yeah, you can see like the dog, he's a funky little dog.
I like that.
Here's a couple more.
This one's perfect.
But I like how mine's a little off center. It's got wabi-sabi.
You can't win an argument by making up words.
She got to cut her hair different. I'm just saying.
She better go pay for something to fix that. I don't know if you can. Yeah.
She got some wabi-sabi, all right. Yeah, here's another one. Here we go.
But I like how mine's a little off center. It's got wabi-sabi.
You can't.
And then I got two more here.
This one's perfect.
But I like how mine's a little off center. It's got wabi-sabi.
You can't win an argument by making up words.
Wabi-sabi is an Eastern tradition, Dad. It's celebrating the beauty in what's flawed.
Abide through a chain link fence.
Yeah, no kidding. And then the last one.
This one's perfect.
But I like how mine's a little off center. It's got wabi-sabi.
You can't win an argument by making up words.
Wabi-sabi is an Eastern tradition, Dad. It's celebrating the beauty in what's flawed.
It's okay to be human. Like, I don't have to be perfect for anyone here, nor do I have to be perfect for the public.
Like the crack in the Liberty Bell.
Oh, that sync was pretty rough.
That sync is rough as hell, man.
That's pretty bad. Yeah, you got to start over on that one. Yeah, whoever did that has got to be fired from whatever job they were given.
I thought that was pretty cool, honestly. I mean, it's a great take to have on things too. Like, just celebrate things for what they are, not what they aren't.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Celebrating for what I am and not what I'm not. Yeah.
It says it's a fun, mostly harmless trend that celebrates the flawed, imperfect, or quirky aspects of our lives. And frankly, I'm with Bobby. I do appreciate something a little wabi-sabi. Perfection is overrated. So anyway,
a little wabi-sabi.
Absolutely we are. Absolutely we are. And to celebrate our differences is it's what it is to be human. I love the fact that not everybody's the same. If everybody was the same, what's the point?
Yeah, it would make for some really shitty conversations.
It does. It makes for some shitty conversations, and I don't really want to be a part of those. But that's all I got this time. I want to thank you guys so much for being here. We always appreciate you showing up. Yeah, it's always great. And we will see you again next week with another Monday and another Friday. And I think just tell them where they can find us if they need to in between.
Yep, you can find us at BWAAAKOTH. That's 3 A's. BWAAAKOTH on all social media. That's on all social media. Yeah. YouTube, preferably. Go over there, like and subscribe, and leave some comments and check some stuff out.
You can tell Rusty's been working all night. He gets his energy.
Oh, yeah.
His energy starts taking a little dive here at the end.
It is. Yeah, it is.
All right, man.
I'm hanging on.
We'll go take a nap. We appreciate everybody being here. We love you all, and we'll see you again next week. Only one thing left to say.
We matanye.
We matanye indeed, Miss Frazzle. All right, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out. Thanks for being here. Just so everybody sees it. And I was in the box for real. Hit me up. I don't know what we can do, but there's got to be something we can do together. Anybody else out there, Rusty, anybody else that wants to hit me up, please do, because would not be a bad thing to just kind of have a little spin off of this or find something else that you guys love to do. I mean, this is what I do all day long. So I make things and I find people that want to make things. So just hit us up, man. Just hit us up. Let's do some stuff. All right, guys. Y'all have a great week. We'll see you soon. Bye. This is the awkward part. Well, I find the end stream button. Bye. Here we go. Got to hit it twice. Do, 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 do.